CVA's AccuraSeries, Bagara barrels for guaranteed accuracy, nitride for guaranteed rust proofing, and a rifle guaranteed to be the best muzzleloader you've ever shot. CVA, it's just a better gun.
This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. All right, welcome back, everyone. This week's Picture of the Week is being brought to you by Flowers Deer Processing. Hey, let me tell you something right quick, though, folks. They were down 3 days last week. They had too many. They had so many deer they couldn't take another one. That is an awesome, awesome season. That means hunters are doing it right and bringing them in there and getting them processed. And Mike and Deborah Flowers and Jim and Anna and Mark and Hope all said to tell everybody, thank you for your business. Please continue doing business with them. They were sorry if you had any inconvenience, but they can only take so many. They can only store so many to keep them good and refrigerated. So we appreciate Mike and Deborah Flowers for that. This picture is one of my buds. This is Miss Ashley Penton. This is Brian Penton's daughter, and that's their biggest buck she has ever taken, and she took it on Thanksgiving.
That's a nice
Started
buck.
a tradition. Let's go kill a buck before the turkey gets carved. So,
it's a nice buck.
Great job, Ashley. You're awesome. We love you so much. Brian is one of our pro staffers too, so we appreciate Brian. This is Tim Yates. Tim Yates is the regional director for the National Wild Turkey Federation, and somebody told me he couldn't kill a buck if it was brought. Well, look at here, he did too.
He did a pretty good
This
job
is a
of it.
nice one out of Kentucky. It scored roughly 179, so that's a nice buck. And then you got the next one.
Here we got, this is Connor Robinson, and this picture was sent to us a couple weeks ago. We got so many juvenile pictures.
lot of juvenile pictures.
But this is his first deer, and this is a nice 7-point buck that he got.
And I happen to know Connor.
You do? Well,
yes.
We want to say congratulations to him on his first one, and hopefully many more to come.
His name is Brian, and his granddaddy's name is Ricky Calvetti.
But here we have, this is Brian Foster. Brian Foster sent us this picture, I'm sorry, of his son Lane Foster, and this is also his very first buck. And Brian was actually telling me that he had to make a 100-yard offhanded shot on this deer. So that is fantastic.
Awesome.
There's a lot of people that couldn't pull that off.
There's a lot of old guys that can do that.
That's right. So congratulations to Lane on not only a great shot, but on his first buck.
Hey, you can send your pictures to us here at Southern Woods and Waters, 474 James Robinson Parkway, Nashville, Tennessee, 37219, or better yet,
just send them over to Facebook.
That's
if you get
the
them
way
over
to
to
do
Facebook,
it.
we can get a hold of them.
We can grab them, snatch them.
Yeah, that's right. So just send them over there and keep up with us over there. So
that's great. Hey, who's our guest? This is your buddy.
Hey, this is my buddy. We've got Dr. Shawn Tyson in here with us tonight from Pure One Outdoors, X-Out Odor Products. He's got a buck going on. So
yeah,
he's a busy man. He's
busy man. So
but
always make time for you guys.
Yeah,
and
that's
I tell
right.
you what, we follow you on Facebook. You do all kinds of things, from fishing to, I saw that honeydew list you had too. I'm glad they're at your house too.
My honeydew list, if you take one thing off, 3 show up.
3 show up.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I know what it is, buddy.
But my wife goes, it must be hunting season, because she knows I start knocking them off fast. Bam. She's hunting season.
August, September, man, you're working double time.
That's right. That's right. Well, Dr. Shawn, you got some great products. We've been using them all season this year. Looking forward to using them for turkey season. This will be spring will be my first turkey season to use it. I have, UV came out, what, 20 years ago? There was talk about UV, and then, boy, I mean, it took a nosedive, and then nobody talked about it anymore.
I don't think people understood it that well. I think we need somebody more so that, I never knew. I remember you talking, like you say, but I never really understood it until I met Shawn and had someone that could really explain it to me.
And how do deer see? I mean, because the University of Michigan did a big study on it, and I read up on it years and years ago, and I could understand what they were talking about. They never really touched, though, on UV. They were more color-oriented, blues, greens, reds, things like that. And there was some degree of vision that a deer could see on reds. Greens were not good, blues were good, and reds were good. But they never came out, Dr. Shawn talked about the UVs.
Sure. Georgia did a study probably about 10 years ago also, and there's talked more about UV, and they kind of went into detail talking about the anatomy of a deer's eye.
Yeah.
How it was different than the human eye was. And the main component of the UV part is that deer do not have a UV filter in their eye like the human does.
Right.
So a human has a UV filter to block all the rays from the sun. So deer
Like
don't have
having
that.
a pair of Ray-Bans
Exactly.
on. Yeah.
Exactly. So we have kind of a built-in Ray-Ban.
Okay, okay.
Right? Deer don't have that. So deer, it allows them to see better at nighttime, low light conditions, so they can pick up anything glowing off of that UV spectrum. And so when I started hunting, I kind of made a lot of mistakes, you know, like all of us do, and then you kind of begin to kind of figure out, you know, what works and what doesn't work. And I got into kind of using some UV products that were out there, but then went into looking to where is there anything combining with scent control, and couldn't find anything. So I went kind of to the drawing board and talked with some chemists and went to work and came out with the Exile odor products. Started field testing, and we just had great success with it, you know. And at that point, we knew we were onto something. Then it started leading to detergents. We went to a UV only spray for birds, turkeys, and you know. Then we went into the body wash, which that's not a UV component, but it's part of our system, trying to control all the scent that we can. So we think we have one of the best combined scent and UV lines out there. There's another company out there, Atsko. I mean, I'm proud to say their name. I mean, they're a great company, but they just dealt with UV only.
That's right.
Then they came out with a scent control product a couple years ago, but we had kind of already jumped on that ship, and we have that combined line now of the UV and the odor, and hunters are loving it. You know, I think as more hunters actually learn about UV and the effects and the success that they get from it, they don't go back.
I want to ask you a question, and Brandon too, because Brandon's got a biology background with deer. Guys, we got to be, you know, people say, well, I can't catch a fish, you know, I can't catch anything over 5 pounds, you know, what's my problem? I simply think we're educating the fish. Don't hit anything that goes through the water, you know?
Yeah.
Are we doing the same thing with deer? Because now I can take you to a wildlife management area, and it's not too far from here, and it's Fort Arnold Engineering, AEDC.
Yeah.
You've been there.
Oh, yeah.
The deer walk around looking up in the trees. I mean, we've trained them that well.
Sure.
Don't you think, though, that we've trained them on the UV? If they see UV rays in a forest or in the oaks or something like that, where, and let's face it, it's their kitchen, it's their bedroom, it's their bathroom, we're in their house, we're a stranger, and then all of a sudden they start seeing this UV stuff, movement, stuff like that. Are we not training them?
I definitely think we are, but on the different aspect, you got to remember that deer are trying to survive, right?
Yeah,
so their natural instinct is to feed, mate, and survive.
Right.
So if they're walking through the woods and all of a sudden they look over to a bush and it looks different than what it did yesterday, automatically in their brain they know that's danger.
Yeah.
And so that's when they will learn that, and they won't return back to that area for a while. You know, they say that a mature buck won't come back for weeks at a time. So you may see, a buck may see you, but you don't see it, and then it's gone. And you may never even know that it was there.
Brandon, I want to ask you then, in this scenario, say we're hunting and we got the UV is showing, we're up 10 feet, 12 feet up a tree or whatever in a ladder stand. If a deer comes in and one that we don't want, I don't want to take that little doe, or I don't want to take that little buck, whatever. Here's what I'm afraid what happens is that buck or that doe that you don't want is sitting there looking at that UV, and that I've seen it time and time and time and time again. They want to get downwind of you. So they start skirting you, and you're just being still because you don't want that one. But we're making a mistake because that deer is skirting around us, and then he wins us.
Yeah.
That nose up.
Now what happens then, Brad?
Well, I mean, once he wins you, I mean, they don't necessarily know what a human is. They just know what an unfamiliar smell is. And once he gets that wind, and he knows something there that he doesn't like, he's going to get out of there. And especially if it happens with an older deer. I mean, I know that's when you're talking about not shooting, but if it happens with an older deer, he may not be back for a while. So
I'm just saying that has to play a part.
It does.
It does. It's a
play a
big
part. It does.
And people, I don't think our hunters think about those scenarios like I do.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up here going, what if,
That's
know?
where the scent control combined with the UV, I think, makes a big difference
I do too.
Because you got to mask that scent as much as possible.
I think you're right.
But we're going to do our product of the week. Now, this week's product of the week is being sponsored by our good friends at Caney Fork Outdoors. Go up there and see them at the River Store. You can see them at the Big Rock Market right there off the Center Hill Dam exit. Or you can come down here and see Ryan and Donaldson at the Old Donaldson Plaza down here. And they're running some great specials right now for get somebody a good Christmas gift and have them ready to hit the water. So I know we're looking forward to hitting the water in ours again this spring.
That's right.
What I've got here tonight, this is a beautiful knife that is made from the Tuckahoe Knife Company. They're out of East Tennessee, and they made these knives here for us. They're just now getting into the production of the hunting knives, but this particular series, I mean, it just fits your hand so well.
It does fit.
They have the gut hook in it, and these nice sheaths to go with them. But we're really proud of these knives. We're glad to have them. I've already got to test mine out, and they work fantastic. You can find these guys. I know you can find them on Facebook, but just be looking out for these guys, the Tuckahoe Knife Company. They already make a fantastic line of kitchen knives and things like that, and they're getting into these hunting knives, and they're doing a great job of it.
And by the way, you can also get them with Southern Woods and Waters logo.
That's right. It's we can't zoom in tonight, but yes, there is a Southern Woods and Waters logo on this one.
And it's a Southern thing.
That's right. So we got to take a break. We'll be back here in just a few more minutes with some more Southern Woods and Waters.